Glassstat Games. Suspiciously. An Outcry, okay. Let's go. All characters portrayed in the story are fictitious. Any resemblance to existing public figures is both incidental and inevitable. I'm saving all these links. The game deals with numerous heavy topics. View the content warnings. Sure. Since sudden loud noises, misgendering, transphobia, fascism, suicide, flashing images, smoking, and drinking. Please use your discretion, and most importantly, prioritize your mental and physical well-being over finishing or even playing this game. Thank you. This game is controlled with the arrow keys. Use the safe bar to interact. X cancel. C opens up the menu. Please play with headphones if possible. Distant bird calls welcome the night. My head. An itch. No matter how far you walk, you never feel like you're there. Standing up from their chair, the unnamed tosses a book to the ground. The itch intensifies. They forget. They need to scratch what is in their chest. Shoes get pulled over their heels. A jacket wrapped around their shape. I love the fucking music, holy god. The door is opened. They emerge. Now they are almost in your hands. Almost. The unnamed turns toward the door, then back. They feel their pockets for desired items. Their cigarette, their lighter, their keys. Shit. They forgot all of it. Going to be a long night. They needed to get their mail downstairs. Their wrist is slender enough to do that without keys. Their addiction is a different story. They need a lighter and cigarettes. Not the first time they made the rounds looking for that. There's a lot of time to kill. Enough time to bum smokes off of every one of their neighbors. Mr. Schmidt opens the door. A strong odor of burning cigarettes fills the air, overwhelming even the unnamed's trained nose. Schmidt's fingers are clamped around a smoke. From what little of his apartment they can see through the crack, it's furnished entirely with natural wooden tables, cupboards, and bookshelves. You, at my door, at 10 p.m. Yes, meet your door at 10 p.m. Or I thought you had retired. I've been retired for 5 years, you clown. Now what do you want? Retired isn't gone to bed. Well, young man, one could say that I am, well, just being kept up by you. And by an extensively detailed, sizable model good British ship, the Annabelle Lee. Speaking of which... Oh, can I see it? Heavens no! Go to bed! The unnamed sighs. Conversations with Schmidt typically don't go differently from this one. Maybe Mrs. Eisen will give them what they need. Or better yet, Anne. Miss Yilmaz? They think that was her name. Honestly speaking, she's probably the neighbor they know the least about. Their paths briefly cross from time to time, specifically when she's following her janitorial duties around the building. Yes, Varys. As the unnamed knocks, an exhausted voice calls, "I'll be right there." Soon, Mrs. Yildrim opens the door. From behind her, the unnamed can faintly hear two young boys arguing. Good evening. Good evening, Miss Yildrim. That is almost my name. I'm sorry. Mrs. I'm still married. Off to an easy start. What did you want to talk about? Okay, I've been feeling isolated. How have you been, madame? Or do you smoke, Mrs. Yildrim? Mrs. What do we do? What do we do? Be nice. So how have you been? I can't complain. I guess I can't. I should be grateful, actually. Working is hard, but living could be worse. Life could be better, too. Or aren't you the janitor here? They're not. They aren't. The unnamed is a non-binary, from what I can tell. They use they, them pronouns. Life could be better, too. We should never ask for more than we are given. It leads to unhappiness to do so. Oh, no. If you believe so, madame. I don't, really. No, I understand what you mean. A beat. If you're looking for a smoker, you have the wrong door. There's one more to the left, or two. Got it. Thank you. Good night. Good night. She looked annoyed. Fine. Behind a door refurbished and polished to a sheen lies a dreary hole swallowed by whitewashed walls that flicker in perpetual TV static. This is Miss Einson's place. After a few seconds of silence, she approaches and opens the door. Her nightgown is dirty and reeks of cigarettes. Hey, hello, who do we have here? The boy, but a girl, but a boy. Let me tell you, when you moved in here, unnamed, you were half your current size. You're never going to be a girl like this. Let me tell you. You're never going to be a girl. Oh my god. Haha, of course, Mrs. Einson. I need to ask. Yes? Got a cigarette to spare? Pardon, dear? I said, did I hear that right? Oh, haha, you cannot be serious, my dear. Oh, no. I certainly do not have any handouts to give to somebody as you. I thought you and I were on friendly terms, and here you are, asking me again for a gift, giving naught in return, ever. How wrong I was. Pray tell, blank. I think she's dead. Oh, if I should have kept it in my car, but what else? They are still here, and who else but I is relied upon by you and everyone else to clean up after you? Leave for the old woman who's stored to kiss. I'm serious over reader spark out, but no, you're just awful. I might as well say it. Your woman, does it not cruelty? Oh, wow. She is totally dead naming, yeah. Oh, no, I'm not afraid. Not of fruitcake such as you. Any which way, I cannot give you even a single cigarette until you have paid me for the ones that you've already taken. I could certainly spare more if you were to go to the tobacconist for me. But oh dear, it's closed 3 hours ago. You may just have to wait. Always a pleasure, Gertrude. Quite the opposite, dear. Pull your damn weight soon, and for heaven's sake, eat less. Good night, Mrs. Eisen. Pardon? I said, good night, Mrs. Eisen. That is miss to you. The smirk. Oof. Hey, crime the old. The unnamed has a sudden thought. They were told in therapy to be more assertive. People may have more to say if they press their request with them. People like Schmidt. Or they'll at least feel bothered enough to give them cigs. The unnamed quietly smiles to himself before their knuckle meets the door of their friend. Oh god, who? Coming! They sway back and forth on their heels, waiting for the one and period. The self and other proclaimed, I don't know that word, poet extraordinaire. And here she is, 'tis I, your gal pal. Hi, Anne. How you doing, girlfriend? I haven't seen you leave your apartment for anything but a smoke this past week. Can't be healthy. Oh, I see. Well, you'll have to bear with my pleasantries first, whilst they're hot. How are you? I'm okay, or I'm a nervous wreck. I'm leaning more towards truth. I'm a nervous wreck, and... Oh, jeez. You keep that kind of thing down, usually. Is it that bad? Come on, out with it, young lady. I feel bad in my body. It's the addiction, the itch. I lock myself out. Don't call me that, please. Yeah? Don't call me that, please. Ah, of course, of course. I'm sorry, baby. I promise it won't happen again. Yeah. No, seriously. Hold me to it. I've known this for a year now. It's high time. A beat. I lock myself out, or I feel bad in my body. See, I read that wrong because of Mrs. Eisen. I thought that they were wanting to become more feminine. It's the opposite. Or it could just be that she's using female pronouns rather than... yeah. Feel bad in my body. Don't I know the feeling, baby? Remember, my offer still stands. It will stand for the foreseeable future. The short-term foreseeable future. Did it, did it help? Oh. What did she do? What is... Well, duh, of course it would. It's just the kind of thing that helps against... Oh, we're crying. Oh, dear. Dearie. Oh, what am I gonna do with you? Can I do anything? Hug you? Yes. No, please. Not right now. Understood. Hey, little one, trust me when I say this. It can get better. Quelle horror. Queel horror. If I had a cigarette, I'd offer you one right now. I don't even have a lighter. Oh, baby, I got a veritable million of those. Suit yourself. Veritable million. Which one do you want? You're married. The non-binary or the, the skull. Which do we want? Trans flag or the non-binary? Trans flag or cool skull? We're representing this game. Trans rights. A person of taste. Here you are. The unnamed got a trans rights lighter. Thank you so much, Anne. Are you coming to smoke one with me? Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. I don't have any to spare. Cool skull fighter. And the cupboard and cupboard boxes are bare. Trans lag fighter. No tail in sight, no smoke, no light, to hail the flame to burn so bright. Who said that? An extraordinary poet. Shit's probably got what you need. I can smell his flat from the other end of the building. Tell you what, if you want to loop around to gossip or need help, just let me know. Thank you, Anne. See you later. Ding. All right. Let's go back to Schmidt. A long, drawn-out groan is audible, coming closer. What do you want now, boy? Do we just ask him for a cigarette, or do we just... How goes the shipbuilding? You know what? Let's be friendly. Let's befriend him a little, because we want something out of this guy. We want a cigarette. How goes the shipbuilding? We'd find a dandy until you showed up. Hurry the fuck up and tell me what you want. May I have a cigarette? Sure, little man. Have a whole pack. Knock yourself unconscious on that sweet, sweet perfume. You know my cigarettes are self-rolled. I buy the tobacco from overseas. You'd better fucking appreciate it. And also, fall unconscious and sleep. And quit disturbing me while I'm building model ships. Is this really okay? Yeah, sure. I roll like 100 of them every day. Knock yourself out. The unnamed got some cigarettes. Are they strong? Fuck! Little buddy, they sure are. They'll knock the wind out of you. Now go have a pleasant smoke and then scoot the fuck off to bed. And make no more noise. That won't be possible. Locked myself out. Oh, long night ahead, huh? Well, don't come crying to me about it. Alright then, well, at least we got cigarettes. Just save. Cigarettes, trends, flag, lighter. Let's go back to Anne. Ugh. Oh! Ho ho! What's the word on the hallway? Proceed to exit out. Schmidt sits on a powder keg. He seems really anxious. God, I hate Gertrude. How are you, actually? God. How are you? How are you, Anne? Yeah, let's do that one. Oh, dear. You do know I want to gossip with you precisely to forget myself, right? Well, I'm doing all right. My latest novel is nearing completion. I was going to hunker down and finish it tonight, but I found myself writing poems on the edges of the manuscript instead. Do you want to hear one? Yes. All right. A light in disguises from gray feathered blazes. Unnerving that hands are so blue and so dead. Handprints on bodies move mountains on skin beds. Dazes from drugs haze through gazes, distressed. Can bad perforations yet be made to get wet? Inlocked in skull heads, membranes, and car lanes. Keys made of brass shot from iron and gone hot. Does anything in this life even matter? One might say yes, but I say it does not. Let's move on, okay, baby? Yeah. Schmidt sits on a powder keg. God, I hate Gertrude. I concur. I hope death takes her soon. Really, with how creaky your body is, she's lucky, or unlucky, to still be alive. I live next to that crone witch. Her coughing fits are frightening, baby. You should try to wean yourself off the stuff too. I'm too stressed. Not an excuse. If I can do it, so can you. Let my nagging be your motivator. Either way, Iceland still has her wits about her. Make no mistake. You might have noticed that she could twist anything from you say into an affront. This asinine TV show she blasts at full volume at night would appear an excellent distraction to her, or a reminder of a simpler time. I know she has skeletons in her closet. Probably prefers to turn down her hearing aid rather than actually facing them. I think she's a skeleton herself. Skeleton woman. World's first walking pile of bones. Hire that lady for the pretor right now. Pretor? They laugh. Schmidt sits on a powder keg. His flat's completely furnished with wood. I think it's uncoated even. Flooring, shelves, tables, and he smokes inside. Oh god, that Korean's gonna burn all of us to the ground one of these days, isn't he? Can't wait to taste the freshest carbon monoxide and soot as we all perish up here. Incredible. Schmidt's a bigoted old fart and smells about as good as that. Do you know, one time when I was at the landlord's place, incognito obviously, his tongue was loosened so much by the old grapevine that he got maudlin. Schmidt and him go way back. Classic nepotism. That grown-ass man started crying. He loved Schmidt so much. They went through thick and thin, climbed a tower together somewhere or something when they were together in boarding school. Schmidt does not have a bad pension in the slightest, but guess what? The rent taker lets him live here for free. Sure sings a different tune whenever it comes to Esma, or, well, you. I heard, he's weirdly into smoking, or I heard music coming from inside. Which do we pick? I want to say, weirdly into smoking. God damn it, music. Oh yeah, well, sounds like him. Probably grew up thinking it was sustenance as important as the hard-working man as meatloaf sandwiches. I'm sure Schmidt has saved a good number of people in his lifetime from burning to death, but that enthusiasm for safety and, well, life was just completely stripped off him. Maybe he's holding his rebellious side in all his life? I wouldn't know. So we can go back and we can pick the other one. music. He's really into watching, well, you know, history programs. Weird conspiracy theorist nonsense. He isn't even that dumb. His library is chock full of good history books. It just becomes strange with age. The Zeitgeist is haunting him, methinks. Zeitgeist? I just hope he's not the sap that tilts the polls in the Freedom Party's favor. And Yildirim seems really anxious. She has reason to be. Her husband has been taking a long time on that business trip of his. It's horrible to think about, but wherever he's gone, whatever he does now, he's not sending her back any money. Esma really adores Sinan too, and I think she's struggling a lot with the loneliness. When you love somebody who doesn't, show that he doesn't fucking deserve it, it makes you anxious around people. Either way, she is good at heart. I'll vouch for her to the ends of the world. Okay, so we got all the questions there. I think I'm all gossiped out. All right, baby. Feel free to come back if you forgot anything. See you soon. Do I just keep talking to people, or can I actually, like, leave? Go smoke. It's hard enough to deal with as it is. Take the elevator. I hate this thing. They're always caught off guard by its arrival. Come on. Maybe a Scar, maybe, or a Club. There we go. Ugh. Building bulletin board. There are 4 notices. Oops. Notice for delivery drivers. Dear post-doc delivery drivers, this fine building's door numbers start at the top and end at the bottom. The lower the apartment number, the further upstairs it is. The last shall be first, a familiar sentiment, I'm sure. 2. If you arrive after dark, do not attempt to use any light switches, and do not shine your flashlight into any of the residence's windows. People are trying to sleep. 3. If you decide to make your disgruntlement known through vandalism, I will not hesitate to call the police. 4. If you're unable to read this notice, please find Mrs. Esma Yildirim, our brave janitor, at door number 7. I'm very sorry for your inconvenience. Regards, the landlord. There's a notice in Turkish, written with a careful blue cursive posted underneath. I don't know what the Turkish is. Young, Tarifine, something. Gole Gelson. PSA light's not working. Dear concerned resident, I have received your notice regarding the wiring of the halls and its present incapacitation. It was heard loud and clear. From henceforth, rent will be doubled so as to account for my being required by your request to save up for a complete electrical overhaul of this building. Oh my god. This house is from the 1930s. Its wiring is irreparably obsolete. It lies outside of my power to fix it. Unless you feel a personal responsibility to right this wrong, I suggest you bring a flashlight with you at night or move out. Oh, fuck you. I'm very sorry for your inconvenience. Regards, the landlord. Say, no fire extinguishers? Dear concerned resident, while I harbor some measure of goodwill towards those distressed by the darkness of these halls, I do not recognize your complaint at all. The notion that this building, or any building in the inner city at all, could catch fire is preposterous. I suggest that, as your worry of perishing in a fire is so great, you purchase your own personal extinguisher, maintain it regularly, and stop smoking in your abode. There only ever is a fire when there is smoke, and he who is guilty prefers to point at his fellow men. I'm very sorry for your inconvenience. Regards, the landlord. Rent is overdue for Korber G, Bernhoff F, Steinschneden A, Yildirim E. Make a payment immediately to obviate the need for legal action and eviction. I, too, need to make a living. I'm very sorry for... Wow. Fucking landlords, man. The unnamed slides their hand in the mail slot. You can feel a small sheet of paper. They catch it between their fingers and pull it out. Package arrived whilst they were sleeping. Due to occupant absence, it was left at the front door of the building. Oh no. The Vienna City Belt. A place of restriction, the constriction of tenant belts, and cheap liquor served to hungry heads. People pass here only ever to get through, or buy. The unnamed should know. Their package is not before the main entrance, but there's something suspicious lying in the road they should look at. Stole. Per. Stein. Stumbling block. Substantive. A figurative hurdle to somebody's thoughts causing them to fail. An art piece by artist Gunther Demning. Inscribed here are the names of people killed by a force of hate. Here lived a name, a human being, a person, a specificity, oh god, a span of time and history. Institutionalized or fled, then caught by the Nazis and murdered. Killed on a specific date, not the only one on that day, in a specific place designed for killing. Their absence is palpable here, with this memorial one among thousands. Damn. The unknown's eyes unfocus and stare off into the distance. Take a look around, look out. Select our keys. Press, okay. Whoa, what the? Beneath the many wheels, there's a battered copy of Robert Cooper's The Public Burning, the contents of their package. It is unsalvageable. Fucking hell. Piece of paper that's completely receded into the street, dust to dust. Looking at the stunted tree in the station shade, the unnamed is reminded of their old therapist. His office, even now, is just a couple of paces from their apartment. At one point last year, before they would switch to someone different, that therapist gave them the task of drawing a tree. Me too. So they did, and handed in the result. The response they got was... That's it? They felt a little alienated from their therapist in that moment. It seemed almost like he wasn't assessing the milieu of the tree, the actual point of the therapeutic exercise, but their lack of art skills. Soon thereafter, other pieces would slot into place. The heated discussions on therapy time about whether fixing bikes and computers count as art. His obsession with keeping the unnamed a smoker. It's just what artists do, etc. And, of course, partner therapy. They'd really rather not think about Alex again. AFP. The Austrian right-wing party advertises full force in this district of the city. Like spores, these politivertizing posters soothe the Cheshire's man's smile into the brains of the despondent. His eyes are unnaturally steel blue, his features photoshopped to eternal youth. Every so often, the unnamed will linger before one of these posters and examine it. They always contain these strong slogans in inexorable letters. Statements like, inexorable, our money for our people, no livelihood for foreigners. Let's take Vienna back, your foreign neighbor isn't safe. Against lies and corruption, we, it will soon turn out, are plenty corrupt ourselves. Vote the Freedom Party and Sebastian Schree for Chancellor 2017. You would think this might polarize, but the unnamed still isn't sure whether to vote against or for them. Whew. The U6 line is a rotten place, full to the brim with people, most of them impoverished. They don't like to admit this to themselves, but the unnamed, too, is poor. They have tried time and time again to get a job, to no avail. So they keep trying, and trying, and trying. Their curriculum vitae in their dead hands, not impressive enough. Cars speed by, all going the same direction, further and further down the bend of the city belt. The odd police and ambulance blare their way past the unnamed. One time, about 2 years ago, the unnamed had made a decision. They would go into the road and become a windshield passenger, like a bird or a bug. Yes, like a bug. At 1 a.m., they set their first step onto the tire-flattened asphalt. The day's fading heat warmed their shoes. No cars came for a few minutes. Traffic lights had changed, yet soon their approach turned imminent. For a moment, the unnamed did not care. It brought to mind the light at the end of the proverbial tunnel, a release. A better place. However, some kind of inner conviction pulled them, forced them, back onto the pavement. They swallowed their tears until they got back inside. All reasons, any reasons, weren't good enough. Aren't good enough. But sometimes, even now, they still want to go back to that moment and fight their survival instinct. So here you, stand. Is it really you? So many plasters slapped onto your skin, so many stamps pressed into your mind shape. Quizzical, thank you very much for that raid. I appreciate it. We're in the middle of a deep game, so I hope you guys have got your feeling hats on. Can I get a shout out for Quizzical, please? So many stamps pressed onto your mind shape, declaring you no longer a danger to yourself. Pasted on scars, faded. Is this the real you? Blending into the tone of your skin, they may as well be written on your body. But they are square little liars handed to you on sheets of paper, for with their multiplicity, they reveal their ineffectualness to you. What people don't know is that the human mind, your mind, is like a home. A barrage of never-ending chores. Socializing is a chore. Exercising is a chore. Shaving is a chore. Washing your body is a chore. Putting on clothes is a chore. Eating is a chore. Drinking is a chore. Waking is a chore. But without even one of these, you get worse. They get worse. Their dysphoria screams with entitlement of a sensory perfection and social acknowledgement that they cannot attain. And soon, they cast this thought aside. God damn. I think we looked at everything we can right now. The door won't open without keys. Fuck. Okay. They ring Annan's doorbell. Door number 100/5. Who's there? Me. Sorry, Anne. Ha! You're silly. Did you try to smoke out on the street? Not quite. Come on in, you. I'll keep the auto buzzer on from now on. Keep it on auto buzz from now on. It's a good game. It's deep. Just some very hard subjects, but it's a good game. Out in the fresh city air, car fumes dampened by the apartment walls encircling them. The unnamed thinks, time to poison this place some more. They click the lighter, igniting it, stone sparks firing at gas. The itch in their chest, the gaping maw makes grabby hands, clicks its jaw at the cigarette before it's even lit. The unnamed feels like they can focus a lot better now. Like their mind has traveled out of their body. Like a carbon monoxide copy of them was sent to a safe place. Saved. Oh, 20 cigarettes, 15 slots, diminished. Now by one. They better make the most of that. Okay, well, have fun, Gladian, sorry. And welcome. An Outcry. I think that's it. I don't know. The unnamed watches their exhaust travel about like a restless stray. They snap out of their nicotine stupor as the sound of a distant outcry is carried to them. Its reverberations are felt far and wide, amplified by the surrounding walls. What? Title drop. Follow or ignore. Oh, we have to follow. Follow it, yes. Something has burrowed itself deep in the unnamed's brain. A conviction. A steadiness. There's nothing more here. They should go talk to Anne. Hello, hello. Oh hell, stop and linger for a spell. Hmm? What? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind the newer mind. Blithe indifference is unkind. Nameless see the birdsness. Here, on the bricks. What? What the fuck? Nameless better suck it up. Questions asked from the birdness maw. Is this not the final straw? Should this not be well explained? What makes birdness so disdained? People don't hate birds. I'm sorry, you're just creeping me the hell out. Terrific is the birdness here. Think again and pray for thee. Terrific birdness? This is asinine. Yes, it is. Insult to an injured heart. Apologize, you blight in sight. Look, I don't care about you right now. You glowing hallucination. I need to go back inside. What would nameless hearts and mouths yet defend from birdsness beaks? What? Are you threatening me? Did you or did you not follow an outcry? I did. Then, get. Is it KKK? Get him what, Shaggy? Really? Huh. Let's go talk to Anne. Hey, there's stairs. Oh, I could have just taken the stairs. God damn it. There were stairs, I could have just taken the goddamn stairs. Oh, excuse me. Just like real life. Anne? Come on, please. The fuck? Anne, help me, please. For the love of goodness, baby. I'm in the middle of writing that blasted summa book. I'm writing that bastard of a smut book. What gives? Summa book. Oh, God. Is everything all right, baby? What happened? Can you call me a locksmith, please, Anne? Oh, darling, of course. You should have said you needed one sooner. Oh, poor baby, all alone in the cold and dark. Anne pinches their cheek. Hey, come on in. I got some writer's block solvent open, so feel free to have a sip as well. We'll warm you up. I think she means alcohol. Come on, have a seat. What's your poison? Is that the secret? No. Trauma. I thought you only had one kind. Baby, you need to do your homework on all things Anne if you truly thought that. How do you want to cure your tyrannical slump tonight? Martini or bourbon? I feel like the unnamed is a bourbon person, but I could be wrong. Martini. I'll let you guys decide. What's our poison? Why not both? That should be a choice. That really, I mean, that should be a choice. Yeah, if you're gonna drink, go with bourbon. Brownest of the brown liqueurs. Alright, you hard-boiled egg. I'm gonna fix you pina colada. But I'm not fixing you a second one if you don't like it. Oh, I like that the sprite changed as it sat down. That's really cool. So, tell me, what's eating you? You always do need to get that coax out of you, huh? Come on, have your first sip of the truth serum. It might help. Okay. Well, baby, let me ask again. What's eating you? I'm scared for my mental health. Oh, dear. Baby, it's a good thing you came to me. Just remember, I got drinks, so there's ice cubes as well. Use them if you need. No, it's not that. I saw a bird. I heard a bird speak. Oh, the birds are speaking to you? I think I see your point now. Well, this is a daft little question, but what did it say? So, there was this horrible sound first, like... Ooh, end of an era of peace or the start of an era of terror? I would say start of an era of terror. That sounded... That was not the end of peace. That was something crying that it's about to fuck shit up, is what that sounded like. That wasn't something dying. That was something being born. I felt like I couldn't stand by. I had to take some kind of action and... Ooh, do we resolve or saw no other choice? Ooh. I resolved to do so. I always pick the ones that... God damn. I heard the sound, too. Huh? Yeah, it spooked the hell out of me. Thank Christ I wasn't the only one. Boots marching and sirens wailing, and screams within screams, whispers walking around, going door to door. Yes, that was it. I've been in frightening situations, but whatever it was we heard was otherworldly. So, what of the bird? Its eyes were orange, its voice was hoarse. Well, I didn't give it a hoarse voice. I had to talk like this. Its eyes were orange. Its beak was long and its plumes gray. But it was no crow or jackdaw. And what did it say? It said that I had insulted it. Which is true. It didn't say it was going to hurt me, really. From what, that's not what I got. I basically got that the bird kind of felt like I was insulting it for being a bird. Insulted it. And that I should apologize for making light of it. Peculiar, this whole affair. Well, I'm sure you're just spooked, like myself. There must be a logical explanation for the sound and what you heard. I'll call your locksmith now. Thank you so much. Don't mention it, baby. There's a poem here that Anne wrote. A love verse. There could be no such thing as doves, that they aren't real. They aren't real. Enough is touched, enough is marred. And I, a thing of broken heart, was pecked and scared and scarred sufficiently. Hold on. Hey, don't just read any dang thing you find in my place, egg. Sorry. And sewing machine. She's long since given up trying to buy off the rack. Hold on. Hey, don't snoop in there, please. It's strangely dark out for the city at night. I think we just wait around. A spiraling pattern is indented in the table wood, covered in a smooth, colorful ceramic glaze. Baby to egg. I was. Oh no! It's because I'm snooping. It's just a wall. Anne finishes her phone call. He says he's in the area. He'll be knocking a note. Oh hell! I left the thing on autobuzz. I did hear traffic when he was around. Maybe just that close by? I suppose I should check. I suppose so too. Are you going to finish your drink? Are we going to finish the drink? It would be rude not to. That's all I'm going to say. Kia. Yes. If it's any consolation, I made something I hated too. A cosmopolitan. Bottoms up. Should have had a martini. Well, where were you to say that, huh? Would be rude. Hey, you? Yeah? Whatever's happening, I think rest will do you lots of good tonight. Sleep well, little one. Thank you, Anne. Be safe. Kia! Please don't. Okay, so we gotta go see if it's the locksmith. And it's Illy. Oh my god. I got that joke now. Oh my god, it took me a second. Oh, maybe they're at our door then. In the mode of most choices, you don't realize you're making one. Little dominoes tumble, gears click into place. And much, much later, you see what changed. You have chosen for the unnamed, knowing that their choice is all they are. Keep watching your diorama. Keep playing with your doll. What? Huh? Huh? The locksmith must have... Weird. The unnamed's laptop, a piece of shit in a half-broken limbo, held together with technical know-how alone. They really need a new one, but can't really save up sufficiently to get one. Rent is more important. Sometimes they wonder what it would be like to get that Christmas, to still get Christmas gifts from family. It's a tight squeeze between the oven door and the adjacent cupboard. The fridge opens against the kitchen counter, meaning they have to walk around its door to get the food they're preparing out of it. It's a minor annoyance, nothing more, but it is one among many in this apartment. The unnamed chooses to joke about it. There's nothing else they can really do. A bicycle chain for their projects. Power cells for their project. I'll have to go for somebody as poor as them. Maybe, but they really just want an electric bike. They left the complete plays of Bertolt Brecht on the ground earlier. Brecht. The unnamed is too tired right now to put this heavy book back on the shelf. Shelf filled with books, column to column. A radio and CD player combo sits in between its display, glowing orange in the dark. They fall asleep more easily with the radio on. Might do that tonight. Nothing confronts the unnamed more inevitably than their twig-like shape in showers. Dysphoria gnaws at them as they get clean. Though this has recently changed for the better, it's still not easy. A toilet. The unnamed hates looking at themselves in the mirror. It's pitch black outside. Usually there would be a faint glow of street lamps. Peculiar. Just a toilet. I guess bedtime. Bedside table and lamp. Why did they leave their keys in here? There's also a half-empty pack of cigarettes tucked away in this drawer. The unnamed got 5 cigarettes.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Thank you very much for that host video. How you doing? The unnamed's unmade bed. Go to bed? Yes. Hold. I have been to inform the Australian yielding to force. KKK. Their beating wings overshadow all. Huh. That was pretty damn deep. End of demo. I liked it. I liked it. I'm actually curious to see how that actually turns out. Yeah, it was just a demo. I'm actually very, very curious to see how that all turns out.